Hi, this is John Golden Photography. I'm John. Today I'm going to continue speaking about framing of your photographs. In a previous video, I discussed this matter very briefly, and the question I left out there is, should we frame and mount our photographs, or should we just leave them on our laptops or computers or cell phones? And in my opinion, that's not the way to go. You've gone to so much time making a great photograph and hopefully making several great photographs. Now you would like to share them and display them, not just for yourself, but also others that can have a look at it. The problem is, on your laptop or your cell phone or your computer, is very few people get to see them. Think of your cell phone. If you got an image on your cell phone and you dig it out of your pocket and you whip through your images, people have seconds to see them, tiny, and you can't really appreciate how stunning the pictures are. And on your computer, you think you've got a nice big screen. Well, you've got to get everyone crowded around the little screen to see what you have done. And maybe you think you'll keep it as a screensaver. Okay, so they whip along every now and again, and most of the time anyway, you'll have a program or a document open obscuring your beautiful image. So that goes to waste. My feeling is that one should rather have a good image displayed in such a way that others and yourself can appreciate it every time you go by. And importantly, you can actually spend some time looking at the image with other people around, and sometimes you'd like to just be on your own and take a moment and reflect on that image and absorb whatever the image has to offer. So, mounting and printing is the way to go. Okay, I can hear your exclamations. I haven't got enough money to mount a lot of pictures. I don't have enough wall space to mount pictures. I can only mount one or two, maybe. You know, I've been there and I know exactly what you're talking about. I've had to deal with that situation for some time. And I didn't mount pictures. I was too concerned about the cost because I've got a lot of pictures which I like. What do I do? How do I get these pictures up on the wall without it costing me a fortune? Also, I have very limited space where I can mount photographs. If I push it, I can get maybe 5 photographs up. So I had to make a plan. I decided to go and see a number of picture framers and see who could help me solve my problem. And I found a man a couple of miles down the road from where we are, and I told him my situation, my dilemma. And it was so fantastic. He responded immediately and said, you know what, I know exactly what you're talking about. Several years ago, I came with a suggestion and I approached a number of photographers, and none of them followed up and came back to me. He said, let me tell you what my suggestion is. And his suggestion was very similar to what I had in mind. My idea was, I have a picture frame, which I like, with a photograph nicely mounted inside, and somehow or other, I can quickly and easily remove that photograph and put another one in its place and then put that up on the wall. So in other words, I end up recycling my pictures over time. Maybe seasonally, maybe once a month, whatever would suit me, I could recycle my pictures. I could put photographs away for some time, bring them out after some time, put them back up. My latest pictures I could put up and take the older ones down. So that was my idea. And he then showed me how it is possible to take the photograph out and put another one in. And the secret is in the way the photograph is mounted. So what does this mean? This means that once I have my photograph mounted, as long as it's the same format as the previous photograph, in other words, dimensions are more or less similar, the same width and height of the print. As long as they're more or less the same, one could then take a photograph out and put another one in its place, then take that frame, hang it on the wall, and I didn't have to pay for a new frame and new glass. That cuts the cost significantly. So, after a little discussion, further discussion with the framer, I decided on how I wanted my photographs to be mounted and framed. I then left 2 photographs with him as tests to see if it would look good, obviously, and to decide if I liked the way the system is going to work. It doesn't cost me too much. A few days later I went back to him and I collected the 2 photographs. And this is the result of his workmanship. Right, this is how we're going to remove the mounting and the photograph from the frame and then replace it with another one. What you'll need to do is turn your photograph over. You'll notice the back is different from normal photographs in that normally there would be a paper strip going around the outer edge to seal the photograph in there so that no oxygen gets in, and that prevents your photograph from aging quickly. So this system obviously is not for archival purposes. It's just for you having a photograph in your home that you can replace from time to time. The print quality is normally that good. You are going to get many decades of life out of your photograph anyway, as long as you don't put your photograph obviously in the sun or in front of very bright lights. Okay, so what you would do is take these little clips, swing them over like that, one by one, and you'd go through every single one of them, like that. And once you've swung them all around, this hardboard panel can lift out, and that hardboard panel is the backing to your photograph. You'd lift that out, take the new one, which is exactly the same dimensions as this one, you'd put it in its place, and then swing these little clips back into place, and voila, it's done. You then have your picture nicely framed, just like this one. So when you're done, simply hang your picture on the wall. That's all there is to it. So now what you can do is go to your framer in your community, speak to them and ask them if they could do what my framer is doing for me. They can tell them exactly what you've seen over here, give them an example if you can, and if you want to, show them the video on your phone. Let them see how it is done and start a new trend in photography in your area. Until next time, this is John from John Golden Photography.